Hi everyone, and welcome to vlog number 2. So I feel like you can't really hear my story about taking a gap year if you don't know why I took one or how I got there. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how I decided to take a gap year. I'd always grown up in a really small town and I just really wanted to get out of it. So when I was young, I was really into acting. I would watch like all of the award shows. I always had like this dream that I would live in LA. So I always told everyone I would just get out there somehow and I would make it. I had this dream like my whole life, and then my senior year came around and I had to actually start making decisions on like college and what to do, and that was super difficult for me. I was always very driven during high school. I took a lot of AP classes. I was a straight A student, like always trying very hard, overachiever in a lot of clubs, stuff like that. I knew I had to get good grades to be able to get into a school in California, to get the scholarships, to be able to get out of Michigan. When it came time to like look at colleges and I had to start making decisions, I was looking all around Michigan, but I also applied to some schools in California, and I was accepted to every school I applied to, but something about it just didn't seem right. I no longer wanted to be an actress. I just like had this crazy dream that I would live in LA and just somehow like make it. I didn't know what, I didn't know how. I just didn't want to be where I was. So the friends knew what they wanted to do. They were excited about their majors. They wanted to just, start going. But like college was not exciting to me at all. I had this plan that I was going to go to Central Michigan University for psychology. But I mentioned a gap year to my mom around December of senior year. I could tell that she was not excited. Dad was a little more open to the idea. So he actually started talking to some family members and looking online at different programs. We ended up finding an educational nonprofit online, and the application for that certain round was due the night that I found it. I had to pick what city I wanted to move to, so I picked LA. I stayed up until midnight that night finishing the application. I remember being up really late with my friend, FaceTiming her, and I was like, wow, if I finish this, I could be living in LA next year. And she was like, wow, that'd be crazy. And I just remember thinking there was no way that this was actually gonna happen. And about a month later, I got an email saying I was accepted. I have about 2 weeks to confirm your acceptance to the program and say, yes, I'm coming. And my mom told me to wait. We had to figure everything out. And I just told her, nah, I'm doing it. I didn't really think about it. I just accepted it that night. And that was it. I was going to LA. Central deferred my scholarships. I'd be coming back. And that was my plan. So if you can't tell, my life is a lot of rash decisions. But I also think that some of the best things come from that. So I'm going to stop the story right here and end this episode. That was just sort of like my background, how I knew I wanted to go to LA, how I found the program I did. And next week I'll be talking about planning and like the search for housing, being 17 years old and finding housing. It was rough. Thanks for watching. I hope you tune in next week.